found it, didn't know what to do about it. Started getting pretty late at night, and finally, I held it up to Jamison with this look like I know, and I said, "Come with me." And he just quietly came with me, didn't put up any sort of fight, didn't protest, and gun or two. And I took the two of them out to my car. I drove out to the interstate, and I just drove, and I didn't have a plan for where I was going. And that was kind of the point. I wanted to just go and go and go until even I didn't know where I was. It was really late at night. The two of them were pretty nervous. Jamison was kind of freaking out in the seat next to me. I don't know if it was because of if he was still like tripping from the Robitussin, or if he was nervous because of what I might say or do, or both.
Is this Olympus?
Gosh, it's amazing!
Oh, whoa! Nope.
Wow. Oh. Okay. Jesus.
Thank you.
Ready!
Rage. Oh, wow. Good God, how do you fight these guys? Shot lock, that would have been nice for that fight. Oh, this is a great remix of this song. This is the best mental state I've been in since starting to play this game. Last night I was just too tired, and then I played it some this morning before I ate, but I was really hungry. I should have just eaten, but I don't know, just a new game. I was excited to start it up and start playing. Okay, so the battle theme, I just realized this, the battle theme is different depending on which part of the world you're in, which is cool. Trying to think if there was another time that that ever happened in Kingdom Hearts. The only one I could think of is in Dream Drop Distance, because Sora and Riku apparently went to the same world, but it was basically different worlds. Like the Pinocchio world for Riku, it was just Monstro. And they used different music there, and different battle music from Sora exploring the park. Save point. So I theorized out loud in my last playing session that I didn't record that the reason we keep seeing these Hercules toys everywhere is because it's meant to remind Sora over and over that he's like not a hero. And then maybe at the end of this world there will be a Sora action figure. The whole like him not being a hero thing is kind of dumb to me, just because he's gotten weaker, because I mean he's fought like big intergalactic like demon space dragon things and stuff, but whatever. When you use that pirate ship move, or I guess any of those like amusement park rides, there's also a Mad Teacups one. The music changes to this really cool arrangement of Hand in Hand, which is the Traverse Town battle theme from the first game. Jamison really liked that song. He was actually the one who pointed it out to me when, well, he started playing the game before I did when we were kids, so he got to, when you first go to Traverse Town, it's playing the Night of Fate battle theme, and then like when you come back later, it plays Hand in Hand, and he pointed out to me that it was a cool song. I don't know that I would have, I don't know, I might have noticed it.
Here's our ticket up.
How are we supposed to get up there?
We'll have to climb up, but what'll we use for footholds?
Well, okay. I think I saw Bobby do this. Oh no, Zeus is trapped.
I swear to you, Hades, when I get out of this...
No, I'm the one giving orders now, Bolt Boy.
Don't get too comfortable, Hades!
Huh? Huh?
We're gonna stop you!
What?
Yeah!
Get them!
Sora! Donald! Goofy! Yeah! It's on! Yeah!
Clash with the Titans.
I know what to do, Sora!
Go get him!
Okay. Am I supposed to use shot locks? Seems like kind of a lame way to do it.
Try this! It's over!
We're done.
Thank you!
Oh, I see. Oh, okay, I get it.
Back off! Just one Titan left.
I'm smacking wind with my keyblade.
Try this.
Oh no.
Back off. See ya.
Might not win this. I didn't give Sora any items. I could just rejoin Donald, that'd be fantastic. Oh, he's here. Donald. Donald. Donald.
No way.
Donald. Ooh. Ah. Okay. Oh no.
Uh-oh! Now it's all four of them! So what? There are four of us, too.
Actually, I think I can make it 5.
No!
You gonna speak, Zeus?
Thank you, my boy.
Okay.
Now, watch your old man work.
Yeah!
We
Yes!
did it!
I can't believe it! I put 18 years into that plan and you ruined it! I really don't like you.
Just give it up already. You'll never beat Herc, no matter how many times you try.
Yeah, stay in the underworld where you belong.
You have the time of your afterlife.
Stay in hell where you belong.
Enough already! I did not come this far to be ridiculed by Zeusy High and Mighty, his little sunspot, and a trio of clowns! You know what? I'll just go ahead and destroy you!
Hades! The exit is that way.
Oy vey. Gee whiz.
Hold on. I almost forgot. That one's for trying to wreck Thebes.
You'll pay for this! I have a very, very long memory. I can still dunk your little nutmeg in a river of death!
Are you sure you want to leave all this behind?
Isn't Olympus your home?
And your family.
I can see my family anytime I want. If I stayed, I'd have to be apart from the person I love most. And that life would be empty. I finally know where I belong.
Hercules.
Sora, we never got back to your question. Can I help?
It's okay. I think I'm meant to figure it out for myself. I'll find my strength the way you found yours. Something to fight for, with all my heart. I guess you did have the answer.
Well, you've got heart, Sora. Just keep at it, and I know you'll be stronger than ever.
Yeah, I might even end up stronger than you are.
There he goes again.
Yes, master.
Are you sure this box with the Book of Prophecies is for reals? I think that dig-batted black was pulling your leg.
Be quiet and dig, you imbecile! I must find that Book of Prophecies and make it my own. His was the only clue we have. We cannot afford to dismiss it without a thorough investigation.
I'm just saying a shot in the dark ain't gonna get us any closer to... Whoa!
What is it? Have you found something? Show it to me at once, fool!
Yes, sir, easy. This has gotta be that Pandora's box Hades mentioned.
Leave it.
What? After all that digging?
That is not the box which I desire. We are finished with this world. Come.
No. May your heart.
I'm in a park pretty close to my apartment. This is like episode 5. I'm gonna start running out of places to go to record these. Anyway, figured I'd talk about Hercules today because this is the last Hercules episode, I think. And it was my favorite Disney movie when I was a kid. I went to see it for my cousin Landon's birthday party. Jamison would have been really little then, so I'm not sure if he went or not. I can't remember. I really looked up to my cousin Landon. Still do. He's a cool guy. He's a husband and a father and a police officer. Jamison was a baby. I remember Landon always used to call him Baby Jamison. It just kind of stuck out to me. My younger cousin, Gunnar, I guess, looked up to me, and I guess Jamison looked up to me. That's just kind of how it goes, isn't it? We didn't see Landon so much, or his younger brother Shannon, when we were kids. I mean, every now and then. Jamison and I spent most of our time, as far as like family our age goes, with our cousin Gunnar. And our cousin Christopher, when we were able to see him, he lived a little further away. I remember one time the three of us, me, Jamison, and Gunnar, went hiking in the woods, kind of near Gunnar's house. I wouldn't say we got lost out there in the sense that we were afraid, but we didn't exactly know where we were, and we just kind of came out. Once we finally came out of the woods, we more or less knew where we were and made our way back to his home. We were quite a bit younger then. Jamison and Gunnar did some stuff they weren't supposed to do together, I guess. Probably marijuana, and I remember hearing at one point they went to like Kroger or somewhere and bought some Robitussin. And someone saw them checking out and getting the Robitussin, was suspicious of what they wanted it for, and it was someone who like knew either my mom or Gunnar's mom, my Aunt Hope. Let her know about it. My mom let me know about it, but we couldn't really say anything to them because then I guess they had seen the person at the store, so they would know that, like, how it got back to my mom or my aunt or whoever it was. But we knew that they had Robitussin, and we knew what they were probably going to do with it. So I went upstairs and brought like one of my anime DVDs, and it was Gankutsuo, The Count of Monte Cristo, DVD 1. Started watching that with them. I went up there and just hung out. They were, clearly uncomfortable, like wondering maybe what I knew or why I was there, or like, even if they didn't suspect that I knew anything, the fact that I was up there meant they couldn't freely do what they had been planning to do. Although I think they had already gotten into it by that point. I was hanging out with them, and I was like kind of like sitting by the bed looking for the box, and I finally found the box of Robitussin stashed under the bed. Like I saw it, but I was trying to look for it discreetly so they wouldn't notice what I was doing. Found it, didn't know what to do about it. Started getting pretty late at night, and finally I, after like a long time of just kind of going back and forth on what I should do, I mean, it was like I was pretty nervous. I pulled the box out and just showed it to I held it up to Jamison with this look like I know, and I said, "Come with me." And he just quietly came with me, didn't put up any sort of fight, didn't protest, and Gunnar too. And I took the two of them out to my car. I drove out to the interstate, and I just drove, and I have a plan for where I was going. And that was kind of the point. I wanted to just go and go and go until even I didn't know where I was. It was really late at night. The two of them were pretty nervous. Jamison was kind of freaking out in the seat next to me. I don't know if it was because of if he was still like tripping from the Robitussin, or if he was nervous because of what I might say or do, or both. And I had all sorts of weird thoughts in my head, like I was pretty angry and furious at Jamison for just continuing to do this stuff. So I was thinking about like taking him to Waffle House and eating a whole lot, and then just like hitting Jamison really hard. Just like really cruel stuff that I wouldn't have actually done, but I just didn't know what I was going to do. And eventually I just got off at some exit, wouldn't be able to tell you where it was now. Pulled over somewhere and just talked to him for hours and hours. And this was in 2009, so it was shortly after I'd moved out of the house. And things were looking bleak with, I don't know how much of this I should get into. My parents were going through a divorce. And just things were kind of grim in the Bagwell household. Talked to Jamison and Gunner just about a whole lot of different takes, different angles, what I thought was kind of intelligent angles on the don't do drugs idea, on the stop doing drugs thing that they'd all been told most of their lives. I don't know what I was hoping I could somehow make some kind of breakthrough with them. Gunner started crying, and he said he missed how close we had been. How close we used to be, the three of us. Jamison, I think, actually started crying a little bit. I don't know about Gunner, but I think both of them, at least Jamison, I think they were still kind of affected by the Robitussin. I didn't know to what degree. I was really suspicious of him when Jamison seemed to be like receptive and compliant and positive with the stuff I was saying and like how I was trying to reason with him. And I was really suspicious and kind of harsh with him. I was saying to him kind of savagely, "Are you bullshitting me? Are you bullshitting me?" And he was like, "No." And we talked for hours. It was so late at night. And I told him we had to fix all these problems because our family was falling apart. I told him he had to stop it. I told him we had to communicate with each other more, and we had to just try and I don't know how to even put it. I don't remember how I put it then. I said that we just had to get our stuff straightened out, just us as a family, and part of that started with him getting it together. I was 21 and I didn't know anything. Didn't know what I was talking about, didn't know what I could do, didn't know what I couldn't do. But that night was probably the first good conversation I'd had with him or with Gunner in a really long time. I told him I loved him. And he told me he loved me too. We hugged each other. I hugged Gunner. That's not something that happened enough. Our parents were really loving and made sure they knew that they loved us and they were proud of us. But between me and Jamison, there wasn't enough of that. By the time we were adults, it was awkward. Every now and then we would say it as we got to be on better terms with each other, but it was kind of awkward. Anyway, I drove him back home. They went to bed. Not too long later, Jameson gave me like a letter that his friend Mackenzie had written me, a girl I didn't even know. And she wrote me a letter that didn't go into specifics, and it wasn't exactly clear what she was referring to, although I think he must have told her about that night. And the letter just said, "Thanks for being such a good friend to Jameson," and a bunch of other stuff. I might still have it, but I wouldn't know where. But she said she was glad Jameson had an older brother like me. I feel like with the last segment in the previous episode and then this segment, it's like I'm talking myself up or bragging about myself or something, but that's not at all what I'm trying to convey here. Anything good I did for Jameson as an adult, or tried to do for him as an adult, was just damage control, just atonement, just trying to make the best of what time we had left. I thought we had our whole lives left. I thought we could be friends way into adulthood and old age. Didn't know what was going to happen, but I'm really glad that I fixed things when I did, at least to the degree that we could. I'm extremely glad that I kind of put stuff back together while I still could. I would have regretted that my entire life if I hadn't. I still regret how I was. You know, stuff you can't change. I don't beat myself up over it every day, but I'm never gonna forget our childhood and how it was and how it could have been. Obviously that happened when I was 21. Jameson was, what's 21 minus 5? 16. There we go. That happened when I was 21. Jameson was 16. Gunnar would have been 17. Obviously, that couldn't help anything. That couldn't stop what was coming. With drugs, things got a whole lot worse for Jameson before they ever got better. Not every single one of these is going to be sad. Much later, when Jameson was living in California, our cousin Christopher drove out to see him, just kind of out of the blue without telling anybody. I guess like he got called into work, or he was supposed to be working, and he had forgotten that he had a shift that day or something. So his boss called his dad or his stepmom or someone. They called him and they were like, "Where are you?" And he said, "I'm in like Texas or something." He was driving across the country from Tennessee to California, and he drove out to see Jameson. They hung out. They were close. Jameson spent a summer, maybe 2 or 3, I don't know, at least one summer out where Christopher lived, working for my uncle, mowing lawns and stuff, and probably doing drugs. But Jameson and Christopher were close, and Christopher drove out to see Jameson in California. I think that was the last time they ever saw each other. He's probably really happy he did that. And I'm really happy he did that. Really happy they had that. I haven't seen Christopher enough. I haven't kept up with Christopher enough as well as I should have. Christopher and Gunnar and Landon and Shannon, all my cousins. If you guys are watching this, hey, I love you. I love you guys. Come out to Korea sometime. I'll show you around and stay with me.